Do you like personal development? You're going to love this. Imagine knowing the exact system the cosmos used to expand the galaxy. A rose uses to bloom. Mollusks used to spiral their shell. Or how our star manages the solar system. And what if we could apply that same beauty and majesty of that system to your own great work? Would you not also shine like a star? If you applied the same wisdom the sun has managing its system to how we manage our own system, learning from systems already working in nature is called biomimicry. You can use biomimetic systems to accelerate your own personal growth and development of business when you practice what's called divergent thinking. Boom! Convergent thinking alone is dangerous because you're relying on past. Divergent thinking helps people stay more open-minded about new ways ideas may succeed, Justin Berg from Stanford University says. Divergent thinking, like the study from Michigan State University suggests, you know, that one that pitched 1,500 students from kindergarten through high school to come up with as many ideas for a paperclip as possible. 98% of the kindergartners scored at genius level. That's why kids have some of the best ideas for starting new businesses. Now, let's take a look at how we can use divergent thinking, just like those genius kids, to make simple, analyzing what these complex adaptive systems, such as a star system found naturally in our galaxy, can tell us about our own personal development and see why it works to manage success for maximum rewards with the least amount of energy and effort being used every time. The problem is we all want to make the world a better place. But we can't do that unless we're able to do our great work and accomplish our business. And we can't develop our great work and business without developing ourselves first. The best system for development there is, for reference, is indisputably the solar system. Because we're all here as evidence and proof to its success, aren't we? The principle of biomimicry can be used to mimic the success of nature. The problem is, how do we most accurately interpret the meanings behind the symbology of the system we desire to replicate? Knowing that applying this simple system to development, you can achieve explosive, alchemical-like transformative results that catapult the knower to the desired slot of success within what seems like minutes. Masters throughout the ages recorded this wisdom using symbology and code, held secret by the occult and elites. But every great teacher out there who has found success, somewhere it relates back to this universal system. Like the Fibonacci sequence, this comprehension of the expansion of consciousness, lets us gain the knowing of the desired next step in our evolution and take control of our destiny as we propel ourselves into the action we now know we want to be taking next to achieve the absolute best results. When we take action, understanding this order of operations, like the gravitational push from the stars and the planets, affect our very genetics. The archetypes from the tarot not only map the pathways between worlds, they reveal our own personal paths. The zodiac paints for us not just constellation in the stars, but a strategy for perfect presentations. The development of our personal growth stories are always going to be in flux. And as light shines from a star in every direction at once, each ray has a meaning. Every petal on the flower of life has a message for you. So, if it's the whole world you wish to comprehend, the entire development system you go through to become the best you there truly is. Before it gets complex, everything you need to know chunks down to just 3 things. The invincible elements of development. Comprehend these 3 things, and you'll know everything you need to be successful. So these 3 things, these invincible elements of development: fire, air, water. Let's say you want the earth, the physical thing you desire. Then there's always going to be just 3 things to get there. This is basic alchemy. You want the earth, you got the elements. It takes fire, air, water. You mix them together and you get earth, and you find where it is that you're looking for. First there's fire, like it shoots off from a star. Smoke comes from that fire, which is the air element, and then moisture collects in that air to form clouds, which rains down as water, which collects dirt that turns into this mud of earth, and it works every single time. So the question is, what do these elements represent for you and your great work or your business? How can we work together to achieve amazing results? We know it works every time. The elements fire, air, and water, when combined, make earth every time. We can use divergent thinking now to correlate what we know about the symbology related to the element, and we can confer a series of wisdom emitting from these invincible elements of development. We know, when looking at the elements, each has a personality attached to it. Learning about these 4 personality types is the foundation for understanding your own personal development and learning how to interact with the other personality types. This is the first thing you need to become aware of in your development journey with others. And it's simple because we're only looking at 3 or 4 parts. We're dividing all of the complexity of everything you need to know, all of the moving parts. There's countless number of different things you need to know. What if there is just 3 or 4? What if it was just learn one thing that has to do with fire, air, water, and then you'll be able to get the earth, that thing that you're looking for. So let's continue our divergent thinking. The element is not just a personality type, but each type now has its own need.
There's a quotient rating system for addressing the success and how this need is met. There's attributes associated with the element. Once you accelerate at producing these attributes, then there's an associated leadership role that goes along with each element. But before you can succeed as a leader, each element has its own requirement. So we learn the requirement, we know what the element needs, we can relate to the element through a personality type, and then we can discover how we can become a leader in this area of what it is that we need to know. So each element has its own action associated with it. And if nothing else, simply master these actions associated with the elements, and then you will find the success that you're looking for. Each element has its own goal, and you must perform a different professional role to achieve these goals. And in order to master each of these actions, like the avatar masters all of the elements, there's an associated superpower that, when activated, allows you to achieve results you might not even believe can truly be possible until you take action and see for yourself how truly simple it is when you believe. You want the earth. What is the earth? What does the earth represent to you? It's the physical thing, the plot of land, the dream house, the husband or wife, the family, the retirement plan, the sports car, the yacht. Fill in the blank, your shiny, sparkly object. But more than that, it's something practical. It's to be the master commander of your own reality. It's you seated on the throne as majesty. In every sense of the word, it is to live. But not just to live meagerly by other people's standards. It is to live in style, in the style of your choosing. And we have this physical quotient, this PQ, that we can use as a rating system to determine how far along are we with our satisfaction in this degree of development. And we can rate ourselves on our physique and the amount of currency in our wallet accounts, or the healthy thing to do here is to compare ourselves just to ourselves yesterday and not to anyone else. And we can take note on the changes we see as we apply this attribute of discipline we discover by analyzing the actions that are being asked to be taken from the other elements. You've seen these people who have successfully mastered this attribute of discipline. They're the leaders we see modeling on social media with their oily, muscled, or tight bodies, or the expensive car or mansion, or they're modeling some more real-world skill like demonstrating a training. These people became successful because they met one requirement. They are okay with other people's money. They know they have value, and they're okay with accepting money in exchange for it. Some are even okay with other people's money before they trade in their value, because they understand how to use credit or like decentralized financing programs. You want to increase the amount of income automatically downloaded into your account regularly so that you can be this professional role of the chief financial officer in your own life. This would be the controller of your business, the one who decides what incredible projects you want to finance, decide how much fun you and your family get to have as the role of your own financial controller. Instead of having working as an employee and having someone else decide how much you get paid, right? This is the first step in gaining your invincible freedom, is becoming your own financial controller and you deciding how much you get paid. So how does that happen? How do you become that majesty, that earth? let's look at these elements of fire, air, and water, and let's break down the action steps that you need to take to be in that invincible freedom position of that majesty, owning that earth element. So fire, like the magician, you got to start with something out of nothing and pull the flame out to light a spark and spur inspiration across the community, causing them to gather, warm themselves, and share information around the campfire, so to speak. The fire is action-based. The need of the fire personality is to leave a legacy. And this archetype is based in the spirit. Its quotient is determined by willpower and the attribute of conscience. Succeeding in this role makes you an empowering leader. The requirement this archetype requires to succeed is time. You need time to leave a legacy. You need time to listen to your conscience. You need time to devote yourself to your willpower. Wise magicians with the powers of clairvoyance once gazed into fire to see visions. Fire led to new discoveries, inventions, and it's because of fire people would gather and share stories. This is why the element fire has become our multimedia today. The action that it asks you to do is to research and develop, like the chief technology officer manages multimedia, and publish publicly regularly, as in a blog or web page that can be categorized and accessed via search engines and social sites for those interested to see. Because the goal of this action is to get attention, to get views to your message so that your story can be heard. There's a superpower that can be activated at this degree of development in order to maximize the success of your results, and it's the voice. Sound the fire makes is shh as the flame crackles, burning up any distractions, keeping you from researching more and more on your topic of interest and developing upon it, publishing your findings publicly on an internet blog for all to see. While you may make your great message for all to see in multimedia, and as you discover how you use the superpower of your voice more and more, the more and more confident you become in who you are and the value you share. And as you see the number of views and positive reactions increase, your confidence and success, both grow more and more as well. Whether how you express your voice, getting the views in a video, podcast, article, meme, live stream, or door to door in your living room or on the phone, something special has to happen after the action-based magician leaves their legacy from their technological research and development with their voice message for all to see on their public blog, which is why we have the next element, air. This is the social personality type. Like, messages come in the wind, and to engage socially with others is like being the warrior archetype with your idea and point of view. The need of this archetype is to learn. Like the warrior student must fight through challenges of deception to find the true knowledge that must be known, and when faced against others' disconcerting beliefs, must hold fast to the truth of the wisdom learned, like the digital warriors sharing proof of action to conduct right beliefs against deception, libel, slander, and apathetic controlled mind states. We can use the intellectual quotient, IQ, and measure someone's intelligence to this degree, the attribute that this character will show is vision. And the great leader with great vision will show their leadership by the role of pathfinding. For they, with their intellect, will show for us the path we must best take for our best rewards. The requirement this role asks is coach-ability. You must be able to be coached and have a will to learn new things to be able to succeed here. Because the best coaches are always the best at being coached first. The action step this element asks for you is to communicate with others. Use social media advertising and the reach of your network to conduct operations in social syndication systems as the role of Chief Operations Officer. All you gotta do is just tell other people about the content that's hip and fresh or you just created. And using social media sites makes this especially effortless. The goal of this action is to get leads, followers, or subscribers. The superpower that we activate in order to maximize the success of this is influence. The social warrior will influence others to subscribe to their list so that they can learn more about the path and the vision. The root sound syllable mantra associated with the air element is A or Ah. Like you would scream falling through the air, Ah! Or when an intellectual bright idea pops into your mind, aha! Or when the warrior charges his sword towards his prey, ah! The third element, the element of water, is the lover, the emotional personality. This personality type is to love and to be loved. And the rating system we use to assess the success of this degree is the emotional quotient. The attribute associated here is passion. And the leadership role seen is aligning with that passion and demonstrating how to come to more and more alignment with yourself and the world around you. The requirement this element asks of you is decisiveness. You must choose to decide to take action on what it is you are passionate about, and you will know what it is you must decide on when the time comes, and you must be firm in your ability to properly lead decisive action for others. It is said that great people make their minds up fast, but change them slowly. The action asks of this element is to call for a value exchange through, say, direct response marketing, and to get money for your offer or opportunity or some other such credit. To offer opportunity, present the opportunity. Like the water gives nurturance to the earth and allows for life to grow, so too does this degree of archetype give up your great work offer in exchange for greater equal value, like water in exchange for a fruit or flower. And you can hold yourself accountable for the administration action you take to admit others into the experience of benefiting from the value offer you share, as this professional role of Chief Marketing Officer, the CMO. Sometimes someone just has to say, it's time to pull out your credit card and buy now because this is the solution you're looking for. Other times, now no one even has to be there or over the phone. It can just be a live stream or even a video recording and a flashy button or an image that says buy now, and you click to purchase, and there's an order form to fill out, and what it is you love and want is now on its way to your door, or you're gained access to a streaming service. The goal of this action is to convert sales. The more sales made, the more money there is to be had, and the more customers benefit from your greatness of offers. To deliver on the goals of this action step, this element suggests we activate the superpower of presence. And here, let it be known that your presence is irresistible and amazing. When others see and become aware of what your offer can do for them, and it's present and it's there before them to buy, it will be too good to refuse, and they'll have to pull out their credit card and buy now to reduce any and all risk of missing out immediately. The secret root syllable sound for this element is M. Like when you're biting into that double chocolate bliss cake, or feeling the touch of a lover, or you see the fruit of the result of your labor workout. And like that, bada bing, bada boom, you've done the 3 simple acts. Now you can get all the rest. The earth thing you want, the physical prize, the sacred syllable root sound for the earth element is ing. And G. Like the ending of every action word you say while you're doing it. The sound of the vibration of the earth itself, and all the superpowers are held within it. We can take all the root syllable mantras and string them along to make a magic spell for us we can use to stay clear and focused on success and getting what we're looking for in life. And if we add the 5th element here of ether or space, you have the mentor or the consultant archetype with the seed syllable I, like the letter I, or EYE, the great I, the persistent spirit within all souls, the all-empowering, ever-present I, if you will. And we can put them in any order you like. You can adapt it for the grammar that's appropriate for you. I start with fire, and then I go to the space ether element of the spirit, I, and then I go to air, A, and then water, M, and then I just stay blank for a little while, and just leave the space blank for some time, and then go to the earth element and G, ing. So it can sound like this. And you can say the syllable for as long or as short as you'd like. You can pronounce it any way you'd like. And just think it as easily as you think any other thought. And if other thoughts come, just easily go back to these invincible elements of development mantras. You don't even have to say it, you can just think it just as easily as you'd think any other thought. And if other thoughts come, just Pay them no mind and easily come back to the simple invincible elements of development mantra. Now notice which one of the elements is calling your focus and needs attention. What does this element say to you? What does it mean for you? What does it represent for you, your life, your business development? I'm researching and developing. Blogging, publishing, multimedia managing, creating content, operating, socializing, syndicating, building an audience, getting leads, marketing, money getting, value exchanging, action accountability administrating, offering opportunity, opportunity offering, converting sales. I am And those are the 3 action steps you have to stay clear and focused on if you want to shine like a star and activate your invincible freedom. Creating content allows you to get views. Let people know about what it is you want to talk about and have to offer. Building an audience allows you to focus in on who you can really share your value with and assist people get what it is that they're looking for. And then offering the opportunity allows for that life to start to grow, those flowers to start to blossom, that fruit to start to grow. So, which is your home element? Which of these areas you feel like you're best at? And which ones do you need to develop more? You can put them in order for yourself. You can ask your friend to evaluate yourself too and start noticing the order people have their needs and abilities as you meet them, speak with them, and influence them, and notice a change as you streamline your ability to address their needs. You can call this the PASE system for the different element personality types. You have the practical, which is the physical earth, the action-based, which is the spiritual fire, the social, which is the mental air, and the emotional, which is the emotional water. So people have these different needs. Which one are you? Which one do you feel drawn for? You have the need for lifestyle, which is earth. The need to love, which is the emotional water. The need to learn, which is the social mental air. And the need to leave a legacy, which is the action-based spiritual fire. You just saw how developing these abilities of your voice, influence, and presence are what's needed to maximize your success, making you a VIP in whatever industry you're in. When you're able to do these three things, you become the master, commander, or king of your own life and destiny. What are these three things? Creating content, like what the fire asks us to do. Building an audience, like what the air asks us to do. And offering opportunity, like what the water asks us for what to do. So how good are we at doing these three things really dictates our VIP status in this invincible freedom mentality, and creating that self for yourself and getting what it is that you're looking for with this earth, developing your voice, make you a great storyteller and able to succeed and create even greater multimedia, and managing this in a way that attracts more and more views to you so people can get your value. Developing your influence allows you to turn more of these viewers into subscribers, or active leads who want to follow you and learn more about what you have to offer throughout your social syndication systems. Developing your presence will assist more of these leads that you have, your audience, to fall in love with pulling out their credit card and deciding to buy every time from you. So you can see that it's really quite simple. Your amount of financial success depends on these three numbers. Views has to be greater than leads, has to be greater than sales, equals the amount of money in your account, and you in control of your future finances, your fun, and your family. So we activate these superpowers of your voice, influence, and presence to really become VIP in your niche of industry. That takes patience, takes practice to master, and you need a system to practice that will allow you to develop with the same invincibility as the galaxy grows. How the rose blooms, how the mollusk spirals its shell. This knowledge of the expansion of consciousness, it's what's been encapsulated in a series of programs I call the Star Activation Protocol, where you can develop your personal abilities and your voice, influence, and presence through a holistic system, taking these ideas of divergent thinking across complex adaptive systems of biomimicry to show exactly what the universe and the world around us is telling us the next best step you should take for your personal development to grow your professional great work and contribute to your community in a positive way. Join the Star Action Academy today. You can download the Gateway's mobile app today for free. You can get access to at least 3 free episodes of our premier class, the Gateway to the Invincible Heart, where you can follow the archetypes of the tarot, and you can see all other 5 levels where you can follow the archetypes of the chakras, the zodiac, and the I Ching, just like how we did with the elements, using divergent thinking to understand exactly what this biomimetic system is telling us, so that we can align and achieve the greatest results possible with the least amount of energy and effort being used. Sign up. I have a deal that if you get started before the next new moon, you can get a free bonus tarot read strategy session from moi, yours truly. And you can join us for a live Q&A that we do once a week. Get started with the Gateways app. You can have the Star Action Protocol system in the palm of your hand. And we're also partnered with the Personal Development Gateway, and you get all of those courses as well in one place with exclusive live streams. And what really is going to lead to a lot of your success is accountability tracking that we allow to do in the app. It's optional, but those that do take advantage of the accountability tracking are the ones that achieve incredible, great results. We also have a community chat, which is a free speech space. Join us and share whatever it is on your mind in our community chat inside, and meet other like-minded journeyers on their personal development path to the stars. Stop paying for your WordPress site, ClickFunnels, autoresponder, web hosting, anything else. You can start blogging with us using Groove. It's free and it's the best blogging platform out there. You're going to want to upgrade just because it's awesome, but not because you have to. So you can get started absolutely free. You get 3 websites. Go ahead and no more excuses. And it's super simple to use too, and the sites really look great and are super functional. And if you have questions, we can talk more about it in our personal one-on-one. If you're looking for the right products to get behind as an affiliate marketer, let us show you where you can get access to sponsorships that not only will be really financially profitable for you, but they also will be best aligned with who you are and what you should really be looking at for an affiliate program or a sponsorship. And if you want to create your own course, you're amazing at something. You have to be. That's why you're on this earth. It's time that you teach it. Let us show you how you can make your own course with your own mobile app using passion. Stay determined for success. It's your time to succeed now. Even my cat is knocking at my door saying, get started, start taking action. Thank you so much for being a part of this community and for developing your greatness, and I'll see you on the inside.